Hey guys. So first of all, don't you just love clickbaity thumbnails like this one? Thumbnails that say things like, "We need to talk," or "I quit," or whatever else. So many of my own subscribed channels have been doing that lately, and it really grinds my gears. So it's never even anything that important, and in this case it really isn't either, although we do need to talk. All right, now, first of all, just a couple technical little things here. I'm in the Southwest desert in the summer. It's 115 degrees outside. I've got my air conditioner on, ceiling fan is on, computer's on with its fans. You're probably hearing some sort of fan noise. I apologize for that, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Second thing is, I've been getting over this cold for like the last month. It is cold. It's not COVID. I tested myself twice. I went to the doctor and got tested there. It's negative. It was not COVID. But I've had this cough, which now that I talk about it, I'm going to cough. So if you see a bunch of jump cuts in this video, that's me coughing and trying not to show it to you. Anyway, the reason for this video, probably 2 or 3 of you have been following me from the beginning, and you know that I've been in flight training. Well, I am now an airline pilot, as implied by the wallpaper behind me. I am type rated on the A320 and 321. I am flying for a major airline. So, yay! Goal achieved. I started this channel back when I was kind of in between things. I was working from home. I did have something that I was doing. I had my own business and I was making some money, but not that much. So I started this channel as kind of a way to A, fill some time because I was bored, and B, kind of be able to keep the hobbies that I already had, but have a way to at least pay for the hobby. So I never planned on having a channel that was going to be so big that it would be my full-time job or anything, but I just was hoping that, you know, the things that I actually buy to feature on the channel, I could pay for those. And that's kind of what it ended up doing. So it was helpful in that way. But I had a lot of time in the beginning, obviously. And then this opportunity presented itself to start flight training in a cadet program for one of the major airlines. I'm trying not to say which one because it's never a good idea to talk about your employer online, but the point is this opportunity presented itself. I went for it, fully expecting that at some point somebody would tell me no, whether that be in the beginning or, you know, there's multiple check rides, there's like all sorts of things. And there's, in the program that I was in, there was no obligation. There was an obligation on the airline side as long as we made it through the training, but there was no obligation for the flight school to actually, it's not like we were just rubber stamped. But at every step, I just kept going, and now I'm out flying for an airline. So next time you're flying somewhere, you might hear me making the passenger announcement from the flight deck, probably in this same stilted kind of way of talking that I'm talking right now. This is how I talk when I don't have a script. And if you hear that, that means I'm actually the one doing your takeoff and landing and everything in between. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But the reason why I'm making this video is obviously during my flight training, I was trying to get to my 1,500 hours, which is what we need in the United States to fly for an airline. Trying to get to that point as quickly as possible, which meant that I was extremely busy all the time, and I was trying to be extremely busy. So there were days when I wasn't scheduled for anything, and I would, I would, on those days, I'd go out and rent a plane some of the time and try and build hours myself. So I was trying to keep my time as full as possible with something that would not necessarily just get me to the airline, but get me out of that situation, because building time to your 1,500 hours, especially here in the Southwest desert, is not fun and doesn't pay well at all. I made less doing that than I did working part-time from home doing the job that I had before. Anyway, now I'm at the airlines, and some of you may know airline pilots were known to get 13, 14 days off a month, which sounds like a lot. Problem is, it's only a lot really if you live in base, and then it's just like going to work. Anytime you get up, you drive to work, and you're there, and then you go to work. If you commute, which I do, and commuting in the airlines means you don't live in base, you actually fly from where you live to where you work, then you really need to take an extra day on either side of your time off. You really need to take an extra day on either side of your time off to commute. Sometimes you can kind of work it to where you don't have to, but it depends on when your duty ends or begins or whatever. Point is, if I have 3 days off, I really have 1 day off, because first day I'm usually commuting home and then kind of have to recover because it's exhausting with these schedules. And then I have to take another day to prepare and commute before starting my, at this point, reserve periods on the next duty cycle. So really, realistically, I have fewer days off than I did before. So none of this is to complain or anything, and this is stuff that I've talked about before on the channel. Yes, I'm still just busy, so that's why you're not seeing a lot of videos. But I'm now at the level where I kind of just need to get used to this, and I need to just kind of figure it out, gain a little bit of seniority, and then hopefully I'll have more real time off. The reason that I'm able to make this video now is I have 6 days off right now, and I kind of just lucked into that. They gave me 4 days off, and then I had 2 days off where I just didn't get called in to fly. So that's probably going to happen again at some point. I don't see it in the next month, but even as a junior pilot, you can get stuff like that just by chance. And then as I gain seniority, I'll have more control over my schedule. And I want to do this. This is the stuff that I put on YouTube. Like, this is my hobby. Not just shooting the videos, but the stuff that I'm actually shooting, like computers, and I keep pointing this way because I have a big stash of stuff over there that is stuff that I've had on YouTube before. But anyway, computers, video games, all that stuff, like this is what I do in my spare time. And, I just started shooting it to put on YouTube because I wanted to show other people what I enjoy. And, I still want to do that, and I actually want to do that, after I retire, which is in 15 years from now. Like, that's what I want my hobby to be. So I keep looking for ways to kind of fit this in, and that's why I've talked about it a few times and about how busy I am and everything. It's not to kind of try to make excuses. It's kind of even just for myself. Like, I want you guys to know how much I really want to do this, and that as soon as I can, I'm going to be trying to ramp it up a little bit. And it should happen, hopefully, within a few months, I'll be making more videos again. And actually, I do have a couple. I've got a little workbench over here. It's a total mess right now, so I'm not going to show it. But I do have several videos that... I have 2 videos in various stages of production right now. Again, not a lot of time, so because of that, neither one of them like I haven't been excited about either one of them, I guess, and I'll probably end up kind of reworking them into something else. But I am actually working on stuff. So hopefully soon I'll at least get to the point where I can have some kind of regular schedule where I'm posting like one video a month or something like that. So just wanted to kind of say that, bring you up to date on what's happening and all that kind of stuff. Now, just to kind of head off this question, because I get asked this whenever I post anything aviation related, is, am I going to have my own aviation channel? And B, am I going to talk more about aviation on this channel? The answer to both of those is no. I'm not going to have a channel because there are just too many other people doing it well already. Airline pilots who have channels, Mentor Pilot, 7-4 Gear, Captain Joe, people like that. And, they've covered all the topics that I would cover and done it better than I could anyway. I mean, they have a lot more experience. And they obviously have the schedules where they can do that, or they have more stamina than I do. I don't know. I mean, I see some pilots like taking videos in their hotel rooms while they're on layovers. I don't understand how you do that. I am just wiped out after a flight, and all I want to do is sleep, especially because usually the schedule is such that it doesn't match up with your normal schedule. It's always something weird, like you're flying from, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. or something like that. So I'm just wiped out at the end of every flight. But anyway, so I'm not going to have my own aviation channel, and it's not really what this channel's about, so I'm not going to focus on it here either. I'm going to just keep focusing on, the stuff that I have been. Video games, computers, audio equipment, video equipment, stuff like that, electronics. So, but I'm happy if any of you have questions about the process, how I got where I got, how, what I did, how you can do it, what it's like, any of that. Feel free. I mean, you can leave a comment here. My email's in the about section. So I'll try to answer any questions that I have. And sorry, my phone keeps going off. I have a wine delivery coming. That's all it is. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this video. Just a little bit of an update and a little bit of a rant about these clickbait thumbnails. But yeah, there will be another real video at some point, and just keep watching for that. And otherwise, I will just see you guys next time. Bye-bye.